Nobody in my town celebrates November 3rd. Not because of superstition or some silly old legend, but because the last person who tried to acknowledge it vanished before sunrise. And every year since, the town shuts down, as if the date itself has power, as if even acknowledging it could summon something we were never meant to see. I grew up in Wilburn Heights, a quiet town tucked between dense forests and empty hills. People who move here think it's peaceful, charming, but that calm is deceptive. Beneath it lies something the town has always feared. For most of my childhood, I didn't understand why everyone avoided November 3rd. It wasn't on the school calendar. No one mentioned it in conversation. My parents would lock themselves inside the bedroom at sunset, pull the curtains tight, and never speak a word about the next day. I thought it was harmless, like adults protecting children from old stories. But then I started noticing patterns. People disappear. Every single year. No bodies. No evidence. Only the silence left behind in the streets and the whispers passed between neighbors. I was 17 when my best friend Liam decided he was brave enough to defy it. He said he wanted to celebrate the date, to prove that fear doesn't control us. He planned a small party in his basement. No one came. Not even me. And by sunrise, Liam was gone. His house untouched. His car parked as always. His phone on the table, flashlight still on, like he had been searching for something in the dark. Since then, the warning has been clear. November 3rd doesn't forgive mistakes, and it doesn't forget. This year, I decided to face it. I wouldn't hide. I wouldn't pretend the date didn't exist. I recorded everything, because someone needs to understand what happens. The streets of Wilburn Heights emptied as soon as November 2nd ended. Shops closed. Curtains drawn. Lights off. The air felt heavier, almost liquid. Even the birds had gone silent. My parents begged me to stay indoors, but I ignored them. At precisely 11:42 p.m., I walked to the center of town, the old clock tower that everyone avoids. The moment I reached it, I felt it. Eyes watching from the rooftops, though I saw no one. The ground beneath me vibrated faintly, like a heartbeat, and then everything stopped. Silence, total and unnatural. At midnight, the temperature dropped sharply. That's when I saw it. It glided from the shadows, impossibly tall, thin, skin like cold ash, hollow eyes that absorbed the light around them. It didn't walk. It floated, its head tilted as if inspecting me, examining me for some flaw. And then I heard it in my head. Your friend broke the rule. You carry the debt. I tried to run, but the streets weren't normal. Houses stretched, shadows moved unnaturally. The front door of my house opened before I reached it, inviting me in. Inside, total darkness swallowed the room. The air smelled of ash and decay. Breath pressed against my neck, cold and deliberate. I walked deeper, walls seeming to shift with my every step. In the corner, Liam stood. Not as I remembered, but pale, lifeless, eyes empty, clothes torn and filthy. His mouth opened, stretching impossibly wide. No sound, just a message I understood immediately. You shouldn't have come back. The creature stepped from the shadows behind him. Rows of jagged teeth whispered the names of everyone it had taken over the years. And then it pressed a hand against the mirror. My reflection stayed still while I moved, smiling, whispering, one more year, and then it's yours. I realized the truth. It doesn't kill immediately. It marks. It collects, shaping minds, shadows, and souls. Once you're chosen, you belong to November. The nights that followed were worse. Scratches along the walls, dragging sounds, the whisper that followed me wherever I went. At exactly 3:03 a.m. each night, I could hear its footsteps circling the house. Each step heavy, uneven, impossible. Objects moved on their own. The walls bent, furniture shifted as if alive. I began to see the figures in the corners of my vision, tall shadows that waited patiently, stretching closer with every blink. One night, the whisper grew clearer, louder, inside my skull. You can't hide. You are mine. A candy wrapper appeared on the counter, my name written in ash. I realized it was a countdown, a promise. The creature was shaping reality around me. It was learning, adapting, testing me. At one point, I tried recording it. My phone froze. No footage. Only static. Only the whisper in my head. I realized the entity doesn't exist in our plane entirely. It's a shadow of the town's past, a presence older than anyone remembers, feeding on curiosity, bravery, or defiance. It returns every year to claim someone who notices, someone who looks, someone who breaks the silence. And then, on the fourth night, it revealed the ultimate truth. I wasn't the first. I wouldn't be the last. The town exists because people obey. They hide. They lock doors, draw curtains, whisper warnings. The creature doesn't take everyone. It chooses, waits, and hunts the ones who break the rule. It doesn't need to kill immediately. It leaves marks, a bruise on the ankle, a whisper in the ear, a candy wrapper with your name on it. And once marked, you are part of it forever, whether it takes you now or later. I want you to understand this, because you're watching. You might be curious. You might wonder if it's just a story, but it's not. If you live in a town like mine, if you ever notice something strange, if you ever hear whispers, pay attention. The creature watches those who are awake, those who think they are brave, those who look too closely. I don't know how long I have left. The whispers are growing louder. They know my heartbeat. They know when I breathe. Every creak, every scratch, every shadow at the edge of my vision is a reminder. I am marked, and when it comes for me again, it will not let me hide. If you want to survive the story, if you want to witness the full truth of November 3rd in Wilburn Heights, subscribe to my channel. Because in the next video, I will show everything I recorded, the shadows, the whispers, the impossible movements. You will see what I can't explain, and maybe, just maybe, it will prepare you if it ever comes to your town too. Now listen carefully. If you are watching this at night, check your windows. Check your doors. Look behind you. The creature is patient. It watches. It waits. And it whispers. 11 months left. Tell me in the comments. Would you stay inside on November 3rd, or would you try to run?